Hey guys, it's me, Awesome Face, with another video. That it's not Mau Mau meme, it's just me, myself. I am talking. I'm a talking cat. Yeah. So first of all, I just wanted to say thanks to Wither a Witch that she drew expressions for me. I really want to thank her very much that she drew a very amazing expressions, and I'm really liking it and I love it. So if you guys want to see her arts and anything, I'll link her Twitter in the description so you can actually check her arts out and other stuff on Twitter. But yeah. So a few months ago, I made a Twitter poll saying, yo, should I make a video tutorial how I make green screen or removing VG from video? And you guys have been voted yes. So yeah, so there we go. It's been a good vote right there. So we're gonna do a video tutorial for how do I do this, and yeah, let's get started. So first of all, before we get started in this video, you just gotta need some few things. First of all, you need a good beefy computer. Not a cheap laptop, not a cheap computer, nothing. Just good beefy computer. The reason why I'm saying this, because if you have a cheap computer or cheap laptop, it'll probably just like the computer for you, and you know, it will get something bad. So please don't use your cheap computers or laptops. It could sometimes destroy your things or crash your system or lag and freeze every time. So that's why I recommend you use a beefy computer. If your computer is surviving enough, then okay, then let's go continue to another part. The second software what you need is Adobe After Effects, and for Adobe After Effects that I'm using is CC 2020, but you can use CS6. I don't know if older versions are gonna work like that in my video tutorial, but I hope it works for yours anyways. If you don't have Adobe After Effects, then you can use Adobe Photoshop with Magic Wand frame by frame. That's actually gonna be hard for you and it will be wasting your time. For phone users, I'm not really sure about that, but if you know about the app that can do rotoscoping on phone, please let me know in the comments below. For now, let's just begin the tutorial. Alright, so I just opened my After Effects 2020. Now, all you want to do here is that you have to create a new composition or new composition from footage, which is I recommend you do that. But we're gonna do some new composition, and whatever you do, you can do like 90/20 and 1080 whatever, and just go ahead and give it a 60 frames per second, stuff like that, and even give it a rotation of the video. But we're not gonna do, we're like, you know, if your composition is kind of default, then you can go ahead and do that with the default. So we're gonna click OK here. Alright, and you see right here that this is the black background and that one is a checkerboard. If you see this button right here, that actually it actually toggles the transparency grid, so it probably helps with rotoscoping and stuff like that. So right now we're gonna need is to import a video file. So what we need to get is the video file. I'm gonna actually grab from a various Mau Mau episode that I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna choose one. Alright, so I just found an example of this. So all you want to do now is you click this little button right here. It says set in point to current time, which is if you missed it, you can just double click the video and search the frame that you need, which is I usually do, and then you click on this set in point in current time, which is right there, and you can just normally play it or just go frame by frame by using page up and page down. And also I recommend you mute the sound, because you don't want to hear any slowness of this After Effects or whatever, because that's probably gonna be that problem. The page up is basically goes previous frame, and the page down it goes with the forward frame. So, and you click this one and set out the point. Now you can click on overlay the edit or ripple insert edit, or we can just do this instead. Right click and new composition from selection, and now we have that one. And now we just need is to double click the video again, and this time we're gonna choose we're now gonna get started with a little bit of a fun part. So the little bit of a fun part we're gonna be using is, as you can see, there's this little tool that there's a stick figure with the brush. That's basically, it's called Roto Brush. So you wanna click that. You wanna click that one. So click on it, and this thing will turn into a green. Now that doesn't mean you have a green color. It means that I'll actually explain what that even means, but I want to show you some keybinds that you can do. Middle mouse is basically, you have to pin, like pan it around the frame is basically useful. Well, not frame, but basically a preview. And as mouse wheel, you can just do up and down to zoom in. It's just very useful. And even if you want to resize the brush, you can do that by holding Control and left click so that it resizes the brush for you. And even though if you hold Alt, it just turns into a minus of this this little, you know, brush. But I'll explain it to you later for that one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for just things controls. And I think Shift, I'm not sure what Shift does, but whatever. So all you want to do here for now, if you want a character and with the object, or just character or just object, you can do that by just draw it inside of this thing. Oh yeah, it can fuck up the frame, by the way. Sometimes After Effects can be really fuck up the frame if that happens. So if that happens, just go to, I think I have like two things, or like two things, whatever. Go to media and disk cache and just clean database. Oh no, actually what you do here is that you go purge and all memory and disk cache and just go ahead and do that. Even though it can really fuck up the frames though. And if I do that again, it fixed, so it's great. As you can see right here, this is the purple outline. So what that even means for purple outline, it means if you go to composition, it basically just cuts off with the Mau Mau and is a bit of iris cycle, but we're not really kind of finished with that one. So you want to do is to draw it inside of this thing, and it will actually automatically captures just perfectly. Sometimes it can capture perfectly. For example, I can see it over there. This is already captured the yellow, like a doorbell's peg leg here. And if I just do it more, and I'll resize it with my brush and do more like this, and do that, and then, oh whoops, wrong tool. Alright, so yeah, you just basically got to do this though. Just do that. You got to turn this one off here, and just do this one. Do that. Just draw it inside of it. But here's a here's a part what you should do is to remove some kind of unused parts. For example, this and that one is really kind of annoying, or not really annoying, but you know what happens. You just have, like, if you want to remove the unused parts, then just hold Alt and it turns into a red brush, and it actually just clears it off with that one. So it's actually a pretty cool one, and you know, it's a really useful tool. Yeah, also sometimes it can do clear a little spots because Rotoscope can sometimes be a piss. Like as you can see right there, it just goes like this, and it just really turns out to be a piss like that. But obviously, if that doesn't work, to be honest, then you can just, like, I don't know, ignore it or whatever. But probably it's not good. But what I really probably recommend you do is manual masking, and I don't really do much manual masks pretty much because I don't really use that without pointy clicks with After Effects' like pen tool, and basically I don't pretty much use it, or even Sony Vegas's mask pen and crop mask pen tool whatsoever. So we're just gonna do that, and yeah, so we're gonna do this one here, I'm gonna do that one, and I'm just gonna fast forward this process. Oh, maybe actually, so I'm just gonna fast forward this process. Now here's the annoying part. Whenever you want to do whiskers, like thin lines of whiskers, that might be probably the problem. Rotoscope can actually kind of capture the whiskers though, but it really can be piss sometimes. It still goes like this for a piss. So what you really want to do here is that grab the tool called, just hold it with a stick figure and brush and just go ahead and do that with refine edge tool. It's probably useful, but I'm not sure if that thing works pretty much. And you just use this for whiskers and stuff. You just do that, and even if you want to like kind of make it bigger, and as you can see, it's the white right there. So if you go like composition and look it up for a whisker like this, it kind of does do perfect job, but it really kind of does, because it really kind of does the job. And you can return the roto brush and turn off the X-ray by clicking this little button here, or just press Alt X, so that it turns off the X-ray, and now it just captures it kind of perfectly with the refine edge. I mean, it's probably a good tool, you know. It is probably, but sometimes refine edge can be a piss also. But yeah, it's probably that kind of useful tool. So if you want to switch tools just quick, you have to just press the Alt W, and it will change into refine edge. And if you press it again, it returns the rotoscope, and then again and again and again and again. Just so you know, it's a useful thing. Just so you know. And yeah, so yeah, as you can see, it's not really that pretty much that white thing, but yeah. Okay, see that one with a little missing part here? Yeah, that might be the problem, and I don't like that, but we can fix it, and there we have it. Alright, so this is the result of the first frame of Rotoscope. So what you do next is that you need to go to the next frame, which means that you definitely need to go to the next frame. So just tap page down or page up, but if you really don't have it, then you can click here to next frame or even previous frame in there. Arrow keys don't really work pretty much for just going next in previous frame, because it just doesn't really work pretty much, even though it doesn't. Sometimes in next frame, the thing can be a little bit of a piss, like not really piss, but I can tell you that. Let me fix that real quick. Right, and when you click the next, and when you do the next frame, it actually goes a little rotoscopy fuck up, because you have to fix it manually. The thing is, it's really annoying, yes, but you obviously have to fix it a little bit for rotoscope, because it can go like this. Like anything, if it's moving, anything is just still, like the still animation, stuff like that. And even the whiskers are fucked up, which is, I can totally see it right there, which is, yeah, so it's really kind of a piss, I can tell you that. But yeah, I'll definitely fast forward this process so that you guys won't probably get bored of it. So yeah, I'll do the thing here, I'll do the job. Oh yeah, quick tip. If you actually want to do this rotoscoping light center, but you want to see the preview like down there, you can do that, and basically you can just drag and drop the composition like just right over here, and as you can see, this is the final result right here for final preview, and this one is the rotoscoping one, and that one right here down there is the preview, and that one is the composition. And that one is just, you know, effects controls in the videos and stuff. But basically this is what I usually do with composition, like rotoscoping layout. I even named it rotoscoping, so yeah. So anyways, I'll be going on and working with this a little bit, and then I'll show you guys the results about that in, you know, yeah, I'll show you the results soon. Alright, so no, I stopped right here because as you can see there's little purples right there. Um, that's basically the edge that's basically the tool itself, refine edge, which is if this frame was moved, like as you can see the whiskers are moved, that means what you have to do here is that you have to hold Alt W once again and Alt X, and you have to clear this part right here because you do not even need that anymore. So just clean it just like that, and there you go. So now if I actually want to do this, I think we can just go ahead and do that probably. Alright, once you're happy with the results, once you made it, you can return back the layout, or if you're already in the default layout, you can click on the composition and play the video, of course. But first of all, let it build frames, or like let it build the RAM cache, because it will just kind of go with the, it'll just kind of build the RAM here in frames for a second, because that's probably gonna build up at any moment. It depends on if you have a beefy computer whatsoever. So once it's done, like one alright, so once it's done, you can go ahead and render the video as, of course, either green screen, or my favorite one is probably the alpha. So how to actually grab a green background or blue background or any backgrounds if you're in After Effects for the first time. Here's what you want to make. So first of all, what you got to do here is that you'll have to right click on this composition here, click new, and select solid, and then do a pick a color right here. Go to H right here if you with the RGB here. Put it something like, if you want to do red screen, put it red. If you do green screen, put it green. Put it be around like B0, and there you go, it's a green solid. But since Mau Mau has green eyes, it's because his eyes is gonna disappear. What we're gonna need to do is to add blue right here, and we're gonna make a blue screen instead. Then drag this blue solid into this frame that you just done right here. So now you have this little blue screen of Mau Mau. Now what you want to do here, if you want with sounds, you can put it with sound if you want, but I really usually don't do that. Sometimes I really don't usually do that. I do sometimes with sounds, but I don't do that any of that. So once you're done, click on the composition and select add to render queue, or press the keybind Ctrl M, and then all you have to do is to click this lossless right here, and what you have to do is to go and select QuickTime. And if you don't have QuickTime, you can download it for free. Just search Google QuickTime, and you go to this website of Apple support, which is official website. Install that, the QuickTime 7.7.9 for Windows. Install that, and it will install the video driver and yeah, stuff like that. That's why I recommend you do QuickTime. But if you really don't want to that QuickTime thing, well, actually I can use that as a QuickTime. And settings mismatch, it doesn't matter. I'm going to turn off the audio right here, and I'm going to click OK. So here it is, the custom QuickTime. Even though if you don't want to do blue screen, instead you want to do the alpha one, just put it the RGB channel into RGB plus alpha, and then you click OK, and now it will not have a background itself. It will not have a black background unless you do in your video editor whatsoever, but we can do as a blue screen. And then you choose location to save. So I'm gonna choose myself a location and just doing Mao tutorial mask, or whatever I want to call that, Mao mask, whatever. Anyways, whatever, we can just type Mao tutorial mask, whatever. And I'm gonna click render now, which is it will render the video, and yeah, it'll render the video any moment right there, and it's done. Yep, it's really done. So you can do this green screen yourself if you have a beefy computer, or if you don't have a beefy computer whatsoever, then that's probably the problem. If you don't have a beefy computer, probably you have a cheap laptop anyways. But yeah, anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do subscribe, give a like, and give a thumbs up on this video if it really helps. And I really shared my secret move, whatever. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Come on, you're not really mad, right?
Break the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star.